Alright, so the agenda for today is we're going to install Python via Anaconda. So we'll go through demonstration, installation, and then recommended softwares. Python as a language is just a really good high-level programming language. Usability, we can use it for a variety of tasks, no need to compile machine code, readability, integration, but there's one little caveat to it. Most people probably don't want to run their scripts via the terminal, command line, or through Python's default idle. So that's where we're going to get a package manager, install a GUI, and an IDE. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to install Anaconda due to the fact it's the most simplistic. It has a GUI, the Navigator, we can configure, and basically get off to the races as quick as possible. So included here in the presentation is just the download link. So we're going to go to Anaconda, and you can see we can install via a number of different operating systems. So let's go ahead and click the link, and we're going to be taken to the Anaconda download page. I'm going to click additional resources just so we can see it works on Windows. Default is going to be Python 3.1.1. We can install for Mac and Linux. It does run well on all three. I do have 3 distributions, and I've run this on everything. So we'll go ahead and do the install. It's going to take just a moment here, so we'll hang out and let it run. Alright, so we'll go through the execution, and in here what we're going to do is this is going to be your user agreement. We'll just say, yep, I agree, we want to run through and install, and just me. So we're not going to install this for all users or use this for professional setting. This is where your destination folder is. I'm leaving mine default. This is 5.7 gigs as of date of recording. In this, I'm only clearing the package cache upon completion, and I'm not adding a path to my environment variable. I don't want to conflict with other packages that I have running. And other than that, we'll leave the 3 checked and install. And this is going to take a few minutes, so we'll pause here and come back when it's finished. Alright, so we're all complete. Let's go ahead and hit next and launch the Navigator. And I unchecked the bottom. I don't need to go get advertisement for their cloud distribution. Alright, so when we first get into Navigator, let's go ahead and just take a look at what we see. We have an environment created called base. Let's go to the home screen. Here's our environment. Learning. The learning can be pretty good. There's a community tab. Let's go back into learning and check over something, so I can click into Python tutorial. And then it takes me to the Python documents, and you can go through, and if you wanted to do your own research or go through a tutorial, you have it available. So back in the Navigator, our environments. To the right, everything here is our packages, what's installed. You can see what's not installed or updatable, etc. So I say we just take a look and see. Let's look and see if NumPy comes by default. Alright, so we have NumPy, and it looks like it's already installed. So let me X this out, and let's go back to the home screen. The one thing I don't like about this is you can see all these tiles, and then by default it doesn't give you an option to remove what you don't want here. And this bothers me. It looks really cluttered. It's busy. So you can uninstall some of these from the command line, but we're going to do a different method here because we don't know. So to remove some of these apps, you're going to go this path. So I put it here. It's under your C drive, users, your username, app data, roaming, Anaconda, Navigator, applications. So let's navigate there and let's remove some of the junk tiles we don't want. So I'm going to go with my File Explorer. Go down to my local disk at the C drive. I'm going to go to users. I'm going to click my username. And the other thing to make sure you do here is under view, make sure you have show hidden or hidden items checked. And that's where you're going to go to your app data. So we're going to, oops, wrong one. Click app data. And we're going to roaming. And then we're going to find our Anaconda, Navigator, applications right there, and you'll notice this folder's empty, but you'll see it matches what I put in the PowerPoint for the description. So let me go back and show you here. So it's the same thing. So I'll put this in the link so everyone can copy and just go to this location. So from here we need to create a config file. So this is just going to say what we don't want to include. So I'll open a text document, and let's go edit that text document. If I can click open, and now let's go back to Anaconda because we need to see what we want to remove. So let me just go take a check really quick. All right, data spell. I don't know what data spell is, data lore, some of these others. So let's just let's do a test run with just one. So we'll say data spell, colon, I don't want a tab, I'm going to use 4 spaces here. And then we'll just say is underscore available. And then we'll say false. And I better keep this lowercase. All right, now we're going to save this file as a YAML file. So let's do something like config.yaml. And then save type as all files. And then we'll close this out. And there's our new config file. So we'll kill off this text document. Save that. Everything looks good. So now we need to close out Anaconda. Let's close this. And then we're going to reboot it. And once we do a reboot, we should be able to see data spell's gone. So now we're rebooted and we see, okay, we don't have data spell. Perfect. So let's go ahead and start cleaning up all of the rest of these and just get down to the bare minimum of what we want. So I went ahead and just typed a few beforehand, so you can just screenshot this, or I'll put this also in the description. These are just some of the ones that I personally didn't want, but you obviously make your own decisions on the ones you want to keep. You may want to keep some others that I didn't keep here. So data spell, data lore, IBM Watson. I'm not going to use PyCharm, Oracle OCI, notebooks, etc. So there's a few things I want here. I know Jupyter Lab is popular, so you may not want to include that. So I'm going to save this, then we'll close it, and then launch Anaconda again. Okay, I need to do an update, and this looks much better. So I did one more session of cleanup here. I didn't walk through that, but I wanted just the bare minimum for a test environment. So now let's go ahead and update Anaconda prompt. Or I'm sorry, let's just update Anaconda and we'll go from the prompt. So I'm in the base root. You can see base and base. And here we're just going to type the simple update command. So let me grab my cursor. We'll go conda update. And we'll run it, and it should, since this is a new install, we should be pretty good. It should run fairly quickly. All right, everything's good to go. You can also go to environments and update index. I'm not going to cover too much here. We're going to close this out. And let's just go ahead, and this is where we update what's updatable here. And you would just click update. So for now, let's just go ahead and create a test environment to make sure everything's working. So I'm just going to call this test. Now, one thing to note here is it will give you your default. So this is Python 3.11.5. Be cautious when you select which one you're using. So let me give you an example. If I want to use Yahoo Finance API, so I'm here in Yahoo Finance, and I want to pull this, right? I want to go get some historical stock data from here. It only runs on specific Python versions. So it stops at 3.10. So if you create an environment that's not compatible with this package, you're going to run into conflicts. So for this one, let's just use 3.10. And then we'll create this. And this does take a few minutes, so let it run. And another thing to note is this is just a method. You can also do all of this through the command prompt. I'll probably show some examples of that when we're installing new things, like our GPU-based resources. So here we're going to open a Jupyter notebook. And this is not going to be an extensive review of Jupyter. I think that's kind of basic. If someone asks, then we'll do some more details on Jupyter. So I'm just going to create a new notebook here. And it's going to be Python 3. It's going to link to the iKernel, and we're good here. Let's go ahead and just make sure everything's running. So I'm just going to print the foundational script that everyone starts with, hello world. And if everything checks out, then we are good to go. And Anaconda's installed and configured how we want it to start. All right, looks like we're good.